In today's lecture, topic is projection and closed graph. So this is for the student of MSc Maths 4th semester. Function. The paper is functional analysis for C6 paper. So we see here a special type of mapping known as projection, and the other thing is a graph graph of a mapping which is closed in particular cases. So we study this projection and closed graph theorem today. So first we define the projection on Banach space. So a projection E on a linear space L is simply an idempotent operator. Idempotent, that is E square equal to E linear transformation of L into itself, and that projections on L can be described this as geometrically. This can be described as a first a projection E determines pair of linear subspaces M and N such that L equal to M plus N. Here this symbol is for the direct sum of M and N, that L is the direct sum of M and N, where M equal to Ex such that X belongs to L and N in the elements in the set N are such type X belongs to L such that E of the X equal to 0 are the range and null space of E. So this E will determine two linear subspaces with, and L is the direct sum with these properties as M and N are range and null spaces. Second thing, that a linear its reverse of this, similar to reverse of this one, that a pair of linear subspaces M and N such that L is direct sum of M and N determines a projection E whose range and null space are M and N. If Z equal to X plus Y is the unique representation of a vector in L as a sum of vectors in M and N, then E is defined by Ez equal to X. So if we are having a projection, then we can determine M and N, and if we are having M and N, then we can determine a projection with the required property. So its basic definition of the projection is like this. A projection on a Banach space B is an idempotent operator E on B, or in other words, E is a projection on B if two conditions for a projection. That first one is E square equal to E, that is E is a projection on B in the algebraic sense, and the second, that E is continuous. So on base for the projections, we are having two theorems. The first theorem tells us that let P be a projection on a Banach space B and M and N be its range and null space respectively. Then M and N are closed linear manifold or subspaces of B such that B equal to direct sum of M and N. So if we are having any projection, then we are able to find M and N as its range and null spaces such that B is the direct sum of M and N. So as B is a projection on a Banach space, so that we are having two conditions by definition of the projection. That first, P is a projection in the algebraic sense, that is P square equal to P, and second condition about projection is that P is continuous. So from the first one, first implies that P equal to M plus N, where M and N are range and null spaces of P respectively. Then to prove that M and N are closed subspaces of B, so first we check for N, null space of N, that N is null space, its definition X belongs to B such that Px equal to 0. For this we can write as P inverse 0. this is the pre-image of the zero element. So P is continuous and 0 is the closed in B. So it follows that P inverse 0, that is N, is a closed subspace of B. And about M, we have M is the set such that X belonging to P, for which Px equal to X, or we can rewrite this as X such that I minus Px equal to 0. We have transferred this x to left hand side. So we obtained I minus px equal to 0, where I is identity operator. So that is M is the null space of I minus p. So N is the null space of p and M is the null space of I minus p. But since the identity mapping I is always continuous, therefore I minus p is also continuous, and hence as shown above, its null space M must be closed. So we have proved that M and N are such sets which are closed linear manifolds. Note the second theorem for the projection. Let B be a Banach space and suppose that M and N are closed linear subspaces of B. So here I forget. Here is the N. So M and N are closed linear subspaces of B such that B equal to M plus N, and if Z equal to X plus Y is the unique representation of the vector in B as a sum of vectors in M and N, then P is defined by Pz equal to X is a projection on B whose range and null spaces are M and N respectively. So as we know that a pair of linear subspaces M and N such that B equal to M plus N direct sum determines a projection P whose range and null spaces are M and N, and if Z equal to X plus Y is the unique representation of a vector in B as a sum of vectors in M and N, then we can define P as Pz equal to X, the first element of this X plus Y. So know it sufficient, then we can see that M is the range and N is the null space of the P. So know it sufficient to show that P is continuous. So let Banach space B be equipped with the norm, this norm symbol. Then we are having norm of the Z equal to norm of the X plus norm of the Y, and further norm of the Pz equal to norm of the X by definition of the P, and then this is less and equal to 0. This is by mistaken, this is not here. So then we can write this as less and equal to norm X plus norm Y, and that is norm Z. So hence P is a bounded and therefore continuous as a mapping of B into P. So in this way we have obtained the required projection P when we are given that B is the direct sum of M and N. Now in the second part we study about the graph and closed graph theorem. So first we define the graph of a mapping like this one. Let B and B dash be Banach spaces and let T from B to B dash be a mapping with domain B and range in B dash. Then the graph of T is defined to be that of a subset of B cross B dash, which consists of all the ordered pairs of the form XTX. and we shall denote the graph of t by tg. That is tg equal to all the elements such that x tx such that x belongs to B. So this graph of the mapping T is a subset of the B cross B dash such that it is having all such type of elements x tx. So now we define the addition and scalar multiplication for the elements of this graph. Let n and n dash be two linear spaces, then the set n cross n dash be mean the set of all ordered pairs x y such that x belongs to n and y belongs to n dash. We define the addition and scalar multiplication as this was pairwise x1 y1 plus x2 y2 equal to x1 plus x2 comma y1 plus y2. This is the addition of these ordered pairs, and this is scalar multiplication is ax comma y equal to ax comma ay. Then it is easy to say that n cross n dash is a linear space for these two operations compositions. Next we define the norm of an element of n cross n dash when both n and n dash are normed linear spaces. Then using the same symbol for norm on n and norm on n dash, we define norm of the x comma y equal to norm x plus norm y, and the other two equivalent forms of the norm on n cross n dash are defined as norm of the x comma y equal to norm x power p plus norm y power p whole power 1 by p, where p is greater and equal to 1, and the second one is norm of the x comma y equal to maximum of the norm x comma norm. So these two are also equivalent form of the norm on n cross n dash. Now we define a closed linear transformation. Let n and dash be two normed linear spaces, and let M be a subspace. Then a linear transformation T from M to n dash is said to be closed if for every convergent sequence xn of points of M where xn tends to x belongs to n such that Txn is convergent sequence of points of n dash, where if Txn tends to y belongs to n dash, then x belongs to m and y equal to Tx. So if we are having the sequence xn tending to x and Txn is a convergent sequence that tends to y, then we are having the element x belongs to m and y equal to Tx. Such type of transformation we called as closed linear transformation. So for best for this closed linear transformation and graph of the mapping, we are having the following theorem. Let n and n dash be normed linear spaces and M be a subspace of n, then a linear transformation from T from M to n dash is closed if and only if its graph Tg is closed. So let in this theorem let n and n dash be normed linear space and M be a subspace of n, and then a linear transformation T from M to n dash is closed if and only if its graph Tg is closed. So here two parts. So first implies part that let T from M to N dash be a closed linear transformation. Then we have to show that its graph Tg is closed. That is Tg contains all of its limit points. So we start see here that let xy be a limit point of Tg. Then there exists a sequence of points in Tg such that xn Txn where xn belongs to M such that xn txn tending to xy. So this implies that xn txn minus xy tends to 0, and then by the property of these addition and of ordered pair, this we can write as norm xn minus x comma t xn minus y is tends to 0, and therefore by definition of the norm, this is norm xn minus norm x plus norm t xn minus y tends to 0, as we know that norm of the xy equal to norm x plus norm y. So this implies norm of the xn minus x tends to 0, and norm of the txn minus, here the minus sign, here we are having minus sign. Then by the property of the norm we are having that xn tends to x and txn tends to y, and as x belongs to M, this tells us that x belongs to M and t of the x equal to y, because T is a closed mapping. So this implies that xy equal to x tx and which belongs to Tg. Therefore, we have started from a limit point and we have proved that this limit point belongs to Tg. Therefore, Tg is closed. For reverse part, let the graph Tg be of T be closed, then to show that T is a closed linear transformation. So for this let xn belongs to M and xn tends to x and txn tending to y. Then it is easy to see that xy is an adherent point of Tg, so that xy belongs to Tg bar. But as Tg is closed, therefore Tg equal to Tg bar, therefore xy belongs to Tg. Hence, by definition of the Tg, it follows that x belongs to M and y equal to Tx. So this implies that T is closed. So in this way, we have proved that if graph is closed, then T is also a closed linear transformation. In the last, we are having an important theorem known as the closed graph theorem. So its statement is like this: let B and B dash be the two Banach spaces and T be a linear transformation of B into B dash, then T is continuous if and only if its graph is closed. So this closed graph theorem tells us that T is continuous if and only if its graph is. So its proof is similar to its above theorem. So we are having the first part implies let T be a B to B dash be continuous. Then we have to show that the graph of T, that is Tg, is closed. And for this we shall show that Tg equal to Tg bar. So let the element xy belongs to Tg bar. Then this implies that xy is an adherent point of the Tg. Therefore, there exists a sequence xn txn in Tg such that xn txn tends to xy. So this implies that xn tending to x and txn tending to y. We denote this by equation number 1. So, but xn tending to x implies txn tending to tx because t is continuous. Therefore, we have y equal to tx by 1, and this implies that xy equal to xtx belongs to tg. Hence, we obtain tg bar is subset of the tg, and as we know that tg is always a subset of the tg bar, therefore we have Tg equal to Tg bar, that is Tg is. The converse, for the converse part, let Tg be a closed, then we will show that T is continuous. Then Tg is a closed subspace of B cross B dash, which is a Banach space, and so that Tg is also a Banach space, being a closed subspace of a complete space is also complete. So consider the mapping f from Tg to B is this one, that f of the x Tx equal to x. Then obviously f is a linear transformation which is 1 1 and 2. Also norm of the f x Tx equal to norm x by definition of the f, and then this is less and equal to norm x plus norm of the Tx, and which is equal to x Tx, norm of the x Tx by definition of the norm of this ordered pair. So this implies that f is bounded and so it is continuous, and therefore f inverse from B to Tg is continuous also. If f is 1 1 on 2 and continuous, therefore f inverse should exist and which is continuous also. So finally we are having norm of the Tx is less and equal to norm x plus norm of the Tx, which we can write as equal to norm of the x Tx, and which is f inverse x norm, and which we can write as less and equal to norm f inverse norm x. So therefore we obtained that T is a bounded, since f inverse is bounded, and show that T is continuous, as we know that every bounded mapping is continuous. So in this way we have proved this both the part. So in today's lecture we have, in the first part we have described about the projection and idempotent operator, and which is having some properties, and in the second part we have discussed the graph of a linear mapping, how it is closed, and the graph is, and a important theorem, closed graph theorem. So I am Dr. R.P. Somani, Associate Professor in Mathematics. For more detail, you can consider a reference book on functional analysis. Thank you.